Welcome Unicums and soon to be Unicums. I'm OKVitor and today I have a Smasher review for you guys. But first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Smoked Out This Tank for letting me play a few games on his account and to try out this tank to show you guys. Now let's dive right into the statistics of this tank. First of all, it has a 5-second aim time. Now this tank, the tank I find most similar to it is the KV2. 5 seconds aiming time, you're definitely going to be wanting to aim in every shot. Now this tank does have pretty good mobility, as you saw me there, getting up to 30 kilometers on the flat ground. However, climbing up hills, this tank doesn't really have crazy horsepower at only 600 horsepower. It's not going to be going up those hills very fast. Another thing that really kills this tank is the reload. Now, I personally run calibrated shells on this tank, mainly because if you get into a tier 8 game, you're going to really struggle when it comes to penning those higher tier tanks like the IS-6 or IS-5, because it doesn't have that great of heat pen, but when you do run calibrate, it is going to give that extra boost of around 25 extra pen. Now the way I like to play the Smasher is I like to play front line, but when I get into a frontline position, I like to play very passively until the enemy is distracted or my team is ready to push, and that is mainly because this tank doesn't have really crazy armor. Any tier 8 is basically going to auto pen this tank from pretty much any angle. The only bounces you're going to get are really going to be from tier 7s, and that's only going to be from tier 7 meds or tier 7 lights. Against tier 7 heavies, you're not going to have much luck. Now, as you're seeing here, the gun on this tank, when you can use it effectively, is amazing. As you saw, I just got that HE pen on that Lupus, and if you do find another Smasher, you can even HE pen a Smasher as well, because the back of this tank doesn't have too much armor. Now right here, I'm going through my equipment loadout, and for my ammo, I was running 12 AP, 6 HE, and 6 heat and 12 HE. I personally find that you're not going to be using too much heat in this tank, and that's mainly because when you're going against those tier 8 tanks like the low or say a T28 prototype, you're going to be wanting to fire a lot of HE, a lot of high explosive, and this is because it's a guarantee 200 to 300 damage, whereas the heat, even if it has a calibrated shell on it, it's going to have a very hard time penning unless you are close quarters and you can aim for those weak spots. Those are just a few tips that I would recommend for this tank. If you have any extra questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I know I didn't cover everything, but if you did enjoy this video, hit that like button. It really just shows that you're supporting what I'm doing. And if you really want to support what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.